One of Elon's companies, it is the craziest video I've ever seen. Bro, he's playing that shit with his mind. He's already been doing it on monkeys, bro. This monkey's a fucking damn near a grand chess master. They're gonna literally drill a 1 inch by 1 inch square in your brain.
Oh my God.
Basically, and they want to put a little microchip in there. If you're blind, they can make you see. If you're paralyzed, you can walk. We can communicate without talking. I can use my phone without grabbing my phone. I can do that through my head. Just came out, he said, bro, Neuralink should be in people in about 6 months.
So first question, would you get one?
Here's the thing, bro. I don't, thank God I might have a little tism, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't think I have anything crazy wrong with me that I would like feel to want to.
Yeah.
But also too, bro, like the first Tesla cars were all right. Now they're a lot better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I don't know, maybe a few years, like,
yeah.
fuck it, bro. I don't know. I don't know.
So I'm really mixed on this.
Yeah, how do you feel about it?
Let me tell you why. So I think it's awesome from like a health perspective. Yeah. Like if you can make someone walk again, if you can make someone see again, like that kind of enhancement to a human that's never been able to do that, or maybe they lost that ability, I think that's freaking awesome.
That's awesome.
Okay? Here's where it gets a little weird to me, bro. We as humans, like we're all very different. Yeah. Like we all have different strengths. We all have different weaknesses. I'm better at some things than you are, and vice versa, right?
Yeah.
That's what makes, humans unique, and that's what makes, people compatible, and, strengths and weaknesses, and, even like relationships, right? Yeah. Like people balance each other out. I'm thinking of this and it's like, if everyone is just hella smart, and if everyone has these like insane capabilities, it's gonna make the world like a really interesting place. Like, so like, okay, you think about people that are overly successful and like overly smart, and whether it's doctors, or whether it's people great with numbers and accounting and finance and all this stuff. Like, there's all these skill sets of people. And that's what makes us all different, right? And it's, I see where you're going with this. Imagine, like, to me, it's like a cookie cutter, right? Yeah. Like we're just gonna have a fucking cookie cutter, like like this is the ideal human. This is the smartest, the next level human is this chip. And if all of a sudden you have 10 people in the room, and they're all equally smart, and they're all equally got this same wavelength of shit going through their head. I don't know. It reminds me of like it reminds me of like Star Wars, kind of shit where like the fucking
everything's in unison.
Like everyone's the same. Everyone does the same thing. Like, for sure. Everyone's equally talented and smart, and it just like, to me it's like, that you get a group of people together. That's what like makes good conversation, right? Is people are different walks of life, and et cetera, and like
that's different experiences, different day-to-day
exactly
stuff. Sure.
Cultures, cultures where people were how I was raised and how you were raised, and things I grew up in, beliefs that I have versus you, and you just look at like all these differences of people, and that's what makes conversations happen, friendships, etc. Right? Yeah. If everyone's the exact same, it's gonna be a weird place, bro.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
And
especially when you're not even talking anymore. We're just talking through, so everything's gonna be quiet.
And what if everyone's like, that's
I don't think it'll be available to everybody. I think it's one of those things where it's like, Jeff Bezos, that thing, like you can go to the moon, it's gonna cost you, $1 million. Yeah. I think it's gonna be one of those things where it is gonna be like the upper echelon of shit. Yep. Like, but let's just say it does become where it is like, because that is, there is like once, and you're in a room with 10 people. One of them is a smart guy. But if everybody has the chip, now there's 10. I mean, technically, bro, like your business is gonna do 10 times better. Yep. Whatever you're trying to do with this team gets, exponed by 10. I guess it's kind of cool, but then also too, there could be a lot of same stuff. It could get boring. I don't know. I see both sides. Like,
here's something that it's got me even thinking now. you know, there's a lot of talk, you know, our economy right now, right? Yeah. Economy, inflation, everything we went through. You know, there's a lot of talk that, you know, everything that's going on right now is going to wipe out basically the middle class. Yeah. And, you know, there's like this middle class of people is just getting kind of thinned out, and it's basically going one of two directions. You know, you either, the rich get richer. You know, you have that portion of middle class that's going to take that next step and go towards that level of, you know, wealth and being quote unquote rich. And then it's like everyone else is going to fall in that poor category. Yeah. And all I'm thinking in my head right now is like, damn, this is even going to spread that out even more. If this is going to be very exclusive, it's going to cost X amount of money, whatever. Like this is just going to take and make that rich and, you know, the wealth even wealthier, bro.
See, like, you know, it's interesting, bro, because I have a client. He's a billionaire, a multi-billionaire. Yeah. He just came back from getting plasma. You know, plasma, right? But from the donor was 20 years old, right? And he was talking to me about this. I was like, hold up, bro, this shit sound kind of like some purge shit. Like, what do you mean? And he was just like, yeah, like, you know, they take out 25% of my plasma. They replace it with somebody who's, you know, healthy 20-year-old guy. Yep. They put it into me, and it makes me feel good. And he gets like basically everything that Joe Rogan's on, he's on. Yeah. Right? Where he's like peptides, all this type of shit. HGA, like, so he's like at his fucking peak, and he's like 60 years old. Yeah. Right? So it's like when he says that,
run like a well-oiled machine.
Bro, he's on all cylinders right now, bro. Yeah. Meanwhile, there's another fucking 60-year-old guy in the chair.
Just fucking
that's what
ready.
I'm saying. There's another 60-year-old guy in the chair over there who's ready to, it looks like he's ready to clock out. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, bro, there's already crazy shit that rich people are doing. Yeah. You add this on it, I think this is like their limitless pill. Yeah. You know? So it's like, you know, and I wouldn't even be surprised. Like, have you ever seen an interview with Elon? He sounds like a fucking robot. I wouldn't be surprised, but this whole time he's already had that shit in there, bro. Yeah.
Maybe he does.
Fucking, I don't know.
Nah, man, like technology, it like to see how far we've come. You know, I'm 35. Yeah. You know, just to see where it was at in early 2000s, you know, versus, you know, we're in 2022 going on 2023. Like, I truly feel like there'll be a cure for almost every illness. Yeah. I feel, you know, longevity, how, you know, age range, you know, people are going to be living. I feel that's going to bump up, especially with all these different enhancements. You know, you're talking about your guy with plasma, right? Dude. Yeah, there's so many different treatments out there, bro, that people are taking their health to a next level because of what we have today.
Because and currently there's nothing to make you live longer than normal. So it's like we're going to optimize that until there is something that's like, oh, bro, 200? You want to live 200?
Yeah. Yeah, there's even, and then it's like, crazy. It's like even, I think we talked about this a little bit too, like this is a few episodes back, but it's like, you know, people are now even getting frozen when they die. Oh, yeah. You know, so like it's like even when you do like die now, you can be fucking frozen in, I don't know, some reincarnation shit.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Imagine somebody telling your parents that when they're like in 5th grade, hey, in your lifetime, they're gonna put a chip in your brain. They're gonna be like, what the fuck? When their phones look like this. Yep. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just crazy. But last thing to wrap that up, bro. Elon, a reporter was asking him, and Elon said, the reporter asked him, you know, after he said that it's going to be available in 6 months, the reporter asked him, would you feel comfortable putting a chip in your son? He said, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. How would you get into it? The first cut that I thought, bro, that we need to talk about is your boy, Ye, bro. I think officially,
Kanye being
bro.
Kanye.
That's
Kanye
perfect.
being Kanye.
Kanye being Kanye, bro. Yeah. I'm sick of this motherfucker, bro. But I think a lot of people are. But, bro, this is one of the things that I saw where it's like, I've never seen a situation like this where you shoot yourself in the foot and you put yourself out to be embarrassed again by this like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like he knew that he was about to be like, you know what, bro, fuck this. Let me send this crazy tweet. And then he just watched the world burn, the Twitter burn, bro, that night.
Yeah. Bro, Drake is hella funny, and he finds such little interesting ways of like throwing, jabs at people, bro. There's this picture that surfaces.
Right.
And this is when they were beefing. Drake is rocking the Chris Paul jersey, and he's kind of making this like funny little expression. Bro, he's like hiding like under the jersey, kind of like holding it up and shit. Typical Kanye like is calling out Chris Paul getting caught with Kim, when they were together.
Yeah. Oh, those were together?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah. So apparently Chris Paul hooked up with Kim when they were together. Kanye actually busted them, and what makes this kind of interesting, where it's like, there's a lot of shit like this that goes on with Hollywood, right? You got all sorts of people. You got all sorts of people hooking up with other people and exes, and some messy relationships in Hollywood. Yeah, but what's interesting about this one is, so you got a group of people out there that's basically saying, yeah, Kanye just made this up. He's just saying this to like, try to cool off some of these other things, that he's been ranting and raving on.
Yeah.
He's trying to change the narrative a little bit. So he says something, real wild about this. So there's one side of this that's like, oh, Kanye's just being crazy Kanye, and he just made this up.
Yeah.
So that's half of the group of people. And let us know in the comments what you guys think of this.
Yeah, which one are you?
So I think part of the situation is maybe Kanye's just being Kanye.
Yeah.
But here where it gets real interesting. So you know how the internet is, right? Of
course.
It's a bunch of fucking detectives, right? Yeah. You got these like little internet detectives, right?
Keyboard warriors, bro. They out here.
After Kanye said this, there was a picture that was stirred up. And this is when Drake and Kanye were beefing right before they both dropped albums. So Drake was dropping CLB, and it was Kanye's Dawned album, right?
Right.
So there's this picture that surfaces,
right?
And this is when they were beefing, and Drake was wearing the Phoenix Suns Chris Paul jersey,
right?
And nobody apparently knew this. It was probably an inside joke. I think Kanye obviously knew it, if this is all true.
Sure.
But Drake is rocking the Chris Paul jersey, and he's kind of making this like funny little expression. Bro, he's like hiding like under the jersey, kind of like holding it up and shit. Like,
but he had two people who also had different jerseys from him. And it was just like a regular random picture, but that's again, bro.
Yeah.
It's the fucking beauty of Drake.
Yeah.
He's just
Drake is hella, bro. Drake is hella funny, and he finds such little interesting ways of like throwing jabs at people, bro. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I thought it was such a typical Kanye move, where it's like, he wants his name in people's mouth. And a lot of the shit right now has been all this, negative stuff, right?
Yeah.
And
but this is not good though. That's not like a switch.
Yeah, and then typical Kanye, like let's even start some more shit.
Yeah.
Basically makes this statement about obviously Kim and their whole divorce situation's kind of messy. I know we've talked about money a little bit on this podcast and celebrities and child support and some of the money that these guys are throwing out, right? Mm-hmm. On that note, it came out, I think, like a day after all this, after he made the whole allegations about Kim. It came out that in the divorce, apparently his monthly, I think, child support payment to her is like $200K per month.
That's wild.
So she's racking in a couple, 2.4 mil, 2.4 mil just for shits and giggles,
Bro, it's so crazy.
Yeah,
there's just so many layers to this, bro. Because it's like, obviously, Kanye, like, by now you should know that this shit has never worked for you, bro. You just spouting off these crazy things. It's like, you just make it worse and worse. But I just, bro, again, you got to take your hat off to Drake, bro, because it's just like, you did that knowing that nobody was going to know, and probably did that thinking, with the possibility that nobody was ever going to find out.
Yeah.
But you knew.
Yeah.
You knew, and then Obviously, Kanye knew that you knew with that picture. And it's just, bro, it's like a different level of warfare that I've never seen, like psychological warfare I've never seen before.
Drake has all these pictures and like videos, just like funny shit that in the moment, like you look at it and it's just like, oh, it's just a picture. It's just a video.
Picture.
There's like the one of like Drake like laughing and like smiling in the car, kind of like smirking. And that one always gets kind of surfaced. And it's referring to this is what Drake is thinking right now or some shit. Like there's always hella funny stuff.
And like that same video came out where he's laughing in the car at night, like laughing him to himself. And he said that in songs, he's like, I know the tea, but I keep it to myself. I hide it up. But it's just like, bro, there's so many different things. Like people were thinking at that time, Drake smashed Kim, so that's where that's from. But it's just like, no, I'm 4 steps ahead of you, bro. I think it's actually for this. I don't know. I just think that's pretty crazy, bro.
Dude, Hollywood and like celebrities dating, it reminds me of like college days. Like college days, just like everyone knows everything, and obviously these guys, they're celebrities. Their life's just in the spotlight. But just like how messy so many of these like celebrities are, and it's like you see like these like women just kind of getting passed around fucking Hollywood, bro. It's like
bro, that's fucking
messy,
wild.
bro. It's messy.
Speaking of like everything just being messy, bro, I saw this video and I sent it to you. And I want to talk about it here.
This is a good one. I like this.
So this video was essentially a guy, and he was saying, hey, I'm at dinner right now and I see my ex with somebody who is not her boyfriend at dinner, right? And he's making a little video like, should I say something? Whatever, let me know. Like a regular dude, not like an influencer, but the shit went crazy. And then I started to think, if I was out and I saw, like I knew that my ex was moved on with somebody else, but she was at dinner and was not with that person, it's just like, bro, what do you do? Are you that white knight? Do you just let it go? Do you let her know? Do you pull a Drake where it's just like, bitch, I see you and you see me. I know what you're doing, and that's not the dude you're supposed to be with. What do you do? You know what I mean? So I'm curious, bro. So let's just say you're at Carbone. Right? This is different.
Went to Carbone this weekend. So nice.
Like you're at Carbone, you see somebody from back then who's married. Let's juice it up a little bit. Who you know is married and is out with somebody in a romantic fashion. That's not their significant other. What's your move, bro?
I'll be honest with you, bro. I hate like messy shit like that.
It's crazy.
And like me personally, it's like an ex is an ex. Like they're out of the picture for a reason.
Right.
The last thing I personally want to do is get involved in like some fuckery.
Bro, because now you're so roped into that shit. It's like
exactly. So I think there's a couple ways to look at this. Me personally, I'm one where it's like, it's none of my business. It is what it is. I wouldn't want to be involved with that person anymore. As I said, they're an ex for a reason.
For sure.
Here's where I think it could be a little interesting though. And this would just be more speaking of this in general, not necessarily me. I would say a lot of it would be dependent on the relationship with that person. And there's there's been like I have exes that we went separate ways, and like it was clean. It wasn't messy, but I've also had that like toxic shit where it's like, fuck you, you're out of my life, whatever kind of thing.
Get a stab.
So I think so I think a lot of it would be dependent on like, did me and this person go separate ways on good terms?
I see.
And I think like that for me would be more like one of those things. Like I don't think I would ever, even if I was on good terms with that person and I seen them out, I don't think I'd really like want to get involved with it or like run to their dude and say anything, because like again, that's not my business.
And then it makes it look like you still care about shorty. Or like you're purposely trying to stir some shit
up. I think if I was like still like cool with that person, and me and like I would probably more address it as like a funny thing, like yo, I see you. And more just like let her know that like I see this, but it's none of my business, and do your thing, boo boo.
Bro, as you're saying this, I'm thinking, right? Because bro, like we've talked about this. I have so much peace in my life. I thank God. Right? I'm happy.
Yeah.
But a little bit of I have the little Drake in my ear right here, bro. Where it's just like, yo, You see that shit, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I would say anything to that person, especially if they're my ex. Like, I don't really give a fuck. And then because in my mind, if I go to their ex and I'm like, hey, bro, I seen Shorty with you, and then if he knows that I was with her, it makes it look like I give a fuck and I don't.
Yeah.
You know, and it makes it look nosy, blah, blah, blah. I think what I would do, regardless if it was good or bad, I would try to have a way for you to see me.
Yeah.
Like go to the bathroom or what, I don't know, something.
Yeah.
Because this is like,
Give a little head nod.
Just like I don't know, something. Just because it's like, shut it, you dirty. Yeah. What you doing? That's not your husband.
I'm good, love. Enjoy.
Yeah, I'm good. No, but that shit is crazy. I have one example that I can't talk about because they're not together no more.
Yeah.
Bro, this shit was the craziest shit. This is like exactly this.
Yeah.
Except it wasn't my relationship. It was like a Sunday morning, bro, back home, right? In a little town. I was at Carnitas Don Chuy, right? Back home, you know exactly where that's at, bro. Popping. Yeah. You like carnitas?
Yes.
Oh, bro, this is some legit shit. Like they fucking killed the cow or the pig in the back.
Yeah.
And they're giving it to you right here.
Hell yeah.
Bro, it's fresh shit. That's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm there, and you eat that shit when you hungover, bro. It's just one of two things. You have some of that or some menudo.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm there, I'm in line. It's fucking long ass line. I'm hungover as shit, bro. Like I'm just hot.
Yeah.
I'm fucking drinking some more chata in lime.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I feel like I'm you know when you feel like someone's staring at you?
Yeah.
I felt that, and I turned around, and bro, I saw my cousin's current girlfriend at some table eating some menudo with this dude.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I never seen that. But I just kind of went, and I was just like, cause I'm still kind of drunk. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, hold on, is that?
Yeah.
And then I look back, and as the second time I look back, we lock eyes. Bro, I never seen somebody get up so fucking fast from that table, bro. She got up. She's like if there was like a shooting in that bitch. She was like, oh my God. And she got up and she came to me. She's like, oh, hey, hi. Yeah. And I was like, hi. And she starts talking to me. And then I was just like, whatever. Oh, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm in line getting food. You know what I mean? It's just like, she just took it to a whole different level where it was so much more.
Yeah.
Like now, like you should just pretend like you didn't even see me. I probably wasn't going to say shit. And I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
But like at the end of the conversation, I was like, oh, so where's, my cousin is. I said his name. And then she's like, oh, I don't know. Like this is, just, like I didn't even bring dude up. I'm just like, oh, what'd you do last night or whatever. And I was like, yeah, so where's my cousin? And she was like, I don't know. He's just my friend. Like, it's just not even a big deal. I'm like, okay, I'm just asking you whatever. Yeah. But it was, and I never said anything, even till now. Sorry, bro.
Yo.
No, but it was just, again, it was one of those things where it's like, dirty.
Yeah.
You dirty, and I caught you.
You know, that bro, like, that whole scenario right there, that's like city problems. Like I actually never grew up with like situations like that.
Really?
I was in Montana. I was in Montana up until like mid to late 20s.
Yeah.
And dude, like,
so small,
like even like my college town was so small, like you were asking for issues if you were trying to do moves like that, because it's so small. Sure. It's so small. Like even where I went to college, like there was only like 70, 80,000 people. And like, where I grew up is, teeny tiny. Right. So that's kind of shit. Like, Montana's small town, bro. Like people don't ever really do that kind of shit because they already know they're going to get busted.
For sure.
Because like, I mean, you can't walk outside, bro, without running into someone or friends of friends, or, someone's going to see you somewhere.
But that's what I'm saying. I was more amazed that Shorty had where I grew up, bro, Mundelein, it's not that big of a town, bro. It's a suburb. And like this place it's just like a regular place, but it's popular. Yeah. And I was just like, wow. And bro, I'm in the back of the line. This shit is huge. Yeah. There's hella people in here and people sitting down. Yeah. And I'm just like, wow, you just really in plain sight, just doing your thing. Cause they were still together. They were still, I ain't gonna lie, I texted my cousin, not that one, my other cousin. Yeah. Shout out to you, Nana. I was like, hey, I almost said his name. Is so-and-so still with Shorty? And she's like, yeah, why? And I'm like, oh, shit. Call me in about 10 minutes. I got a fucking story, but no, that was...
People are messy, bro.
That was wild, bro.
People are messy.
That was wild.
Yeah.
But bro, like... fuck, on a sadder note, bro. Yeah. You were talking to me about this story earlier. I mean, when you walked in.
Yeah, this one's wild.
This shit is crazy, bro.
So this one, like, super. It's like, on a sadder note, unfortunately.
It's kind of fucked up. But if my cousin would have found out, bro, he probably would have did the same shit as dude.
Yeah. Yo, this is messy. So, There is he was a principal in Southern California. So he was a principal in Southern California. He was like 20 plus years principal at this school, right? Mm. Apparently he had a super private like marriage. Yeah. Not a lot of people knew about it. He was married for a little over 3.5 years. Okay. And this person that he was married to had some kids. And one night
from a previous,
yeah,
okay,
yeah. Okay. So one night, the husband and wife, kids are at home, and they get into this like argument. No physical things happen. It was basically just all verbal, right? Mm-hmm. Well, one thing led to another, and I've heard of this because I did live in California for a period of time. Domestic fights and violence and stuff like that. Like it's taken super serious in California. And if the cops are called, during a fight, for example, one person is going to be going to jail. And I would say 99.9% of the time, it's the man. The man's going to jail, right? Yeah. So calls the police, there's this fight going on. My husband's this, my husband's that, da-da-da-da-da. Police come, they actually arrest him. He gets thrown in jail for a night, okay? Mm. Well, having those types of charges, I believe it was like some like domestic charges. I believe because there was kids in the house, they were trying to pin child endangerment on him. Yeah, so like it just, fights happen, bro, between couples all the time, right? Yeah. And she was in the moment, she was pissed off, called in, he got arrested, thrown in jail. Well, things escalate, bro, and he actually was on the verge of possibly losing his job, working at a school. Yeah. Obviously, being a principal, having those types of charges on you, that's putting job and career in jeopardy. Yeah. Even if he was the principal, whatever. But sadly, he like really struggled with this situation. Him losing his job, his wife calling in, and he went on Facebook. And he must have basically scheduled a post on Facebook. And he pretty much wrote this novel and basically said, our justice system's messed up. My wife turned an argument into a big ordeal. And he pretty much writes a goodbye note. He writes a goodbye note, and he basically says in this post, hey, I'm planning on taking my life, kind of thing. I'm going to be, letting everyone know, what happened here. And he's like, how he kind of started it was, he's like, I really hate when someone passes away and they take their life. But they leave this earth with so many unanswered questions. So he basically just spilled the beans, bro, on everything. And what makes it even weirder, bro, is how he committed suicide. So I don't know if why he chose this, but he went to a parking garage at Disneyland, and he committed suicide. He jumped off the parking. He jumped off the parking structure at Disneyland.
Just by himself?
Yeah. I think I don't know. A lot of the details haven't came out, I don't think, yet on that. Like who he was with, is he with his family and whatever. I don't know, bro. Yeah. But yeah, man, it gets. We don't talk about this much on here, but mental health, bro, and people just not being able to deal, with these types of things that happen in his life. Yeah. I've personally have lost friends to suicide. Really? And this is a situation where this guy, he, as much as it sucks that he would obviously be losing a job after being with, his employer for 20 plus years, right. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world, bro. Yeah. But in his eyes, I think that's all he really knew. All he knew in life was being a principal at this school. Yeah. And I think it was one of those things where he's like, damn, I don't know what my life, or I can't imagine my life being any different than what it is today. And I think he just thought that, this is the end for me. And so, yeah, dude, unfortunately, guy gets in a fight with his wife basically, and got some charges that were on him. And here's what's even the crazier part. He committed suicide before they actually went to trial. So before they actually went to court, the charges weren't even on him yet. And, so
he still could have beat the shit.
Exactly, bro. Like, I don't know. Me personally, like, I just feel that, like, you see the shit people get away with today. Like, the guy could have lawyered up, bro. The guy could have lawyered up. Even the wife basically was like, I never meant to, like, so the wife, I think, honestly could have dropped the charges. Like,
yeah, they can choose to not press
yeah, so she could have dropped the charges. Like, there was a lot of options here, dude. Yeah. Whether it was even if she didn't want to drop the charges, he could have lawyered up. There was no physical contact. Like, yeah, he might have got a little slap on the wrist or something. Right. But I really don't think, like, they would lose his job of 20 plus years over non-physical altercation, especially if she comes clean with the situation and kind of says, hey, this is not what y'all think.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what your thoughts are, bro.
Yeah, there's so much. First thing is that there's three sides to every story. Yeah. Her side, his side, and the truth. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Have you ever been in a situation where you call the cops because you're scared?
No, actually, no.
Me either. Yeah. Right. And I've been in some situations where I am scared.
Yep.
And I've never resorted to do that, right? So I don't know what that's like, but I'm assuming to do that, bro, you need to be in fear of because that there's like cops are gonna come, they could take him away, like whatever from that situation. I'm not saying I'm just saying I'm putting that out there. In regards to bro, like I've never lost anybody to suicide.
Yeah.
I've lost people in a bunch of different ways, but never that. So, but it is a very fascinating thing, right? Where, there is this thing that's going on and you feel like you can't shake it, right? Now, that's a temporary emotion. I've been in some bad situations, I'm sure you have, where you're fucking sad, bro. You're sad, you're upset. You're like, you can't get past like just how engulfed in emotions you are in this current situation. Mm-hmm. I totally understand that. I have empathy for that. But to get to that level where you, like you said, it's not the end of the world. Mm-hmm. With him, he's older. I'm sure you can go to a different district, change your name. Nobody will ever know you fucking exist. Yeah. You've been with this person for 3 years and you have, you're raising maybe not even raising their kids. What if their kids are older? So it's like all of these different things going on where it's like, it'll be okay. Yep. Number one, I'm surprised that no one, and we don't know, right? But there's got to be someone to tell you like, hey, bro, like everything's going to be fine. You know what I mean? Yeah. But also too, what if that was just like the what is that shit? The straw that broke the camel's back. Yeah. And he just had all these different things going on. But your comment on going to the parking garage in Disney World, let's just say he was by himself, whatever. That's a common thing here in Vegas too, bro. Yeah. Where people come here, and I asked a psychologist about this, right? That was in my chair. I was cutting his hair. And I was like, why is this, there's like destination places to do your thing. Yeah. And his explanation to me was, when you're going to do that, which it obviously sounded like he already wanted to because he wrote a whole fucking manifesto. Yeah. You almost your brain goes into this thing where it's like, I know I'm going to do this, so you have a peace about it. Yep. So for example, a lot of people come here in Vegas, bro, do this shit in they fucking any money that they have, they gamble it, they do their thing, they fucking do drugs, they go with these hookers, bro, and then like, because you already know 10 o'clock on Tuesday, it's over with. So with Disneyland too, and you're going to these places that bring out happiness, it's even more sad when you think about it like that, right? Where he's like, I'm going to go to Disneyland where everybody's having a beautiful time. I'm almost like invisible, and I'm just going to fucking... Yeah, it just and that's wild, that's to me where the Disney thing was really interesting, because it's like, I know one of the charges was like child endangerment. It's almost like there was like a hidden meaning behind him doing it. Like they say Disneyland is the happiest place on earth. Yeah. So it's like too, he's going to this happiest place on earth. He had a child endangerment charge. Obviously, a lot of children are at Disneyland. Yeah. There was like some meaning and thought behind like, oh, like out of all the parking garages in Southern California, you're gonna go to the one at Disneyland. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like, man, they want to be around. Like, that's another thing too, that you want to be around all these people having fun, chilling, like, because you want to feel like you can't feel it, so you want to get as close as possible to the to that feeling, which is, you know, for example, Disney people with kids, or you know, Vegas here, like around just money. You know what I mean? It's a strange thing that I hope nobody watching this or anybody really truly understands it, but it is wild, man. You know, prayers to that dude. I mean, to his wife. Sad deal, bro. I'm curious to see what happens though. Like, if what she responds to it, because this came out. This is new. This is
I haven't looked up if, you know, she has come out with a statement, or I mean, everything's online these days. She probably has a, you know, Facebook or something that she probably, you know, said something on. I don't know.
See, like, that's another. I just thought about this,
bro.
Right now,
could you imagine the guilt though?
No, that's what I was gonna say, bro.
Man, knowing like we're talking about mental health for, obviously, you know, where he was and what kind of state of mind he was in. Now imagine, you know, her, and you know, we this is down a rabbit hole, but that's where, you know, suicide is it's a very I'm trying to think what I was fucking about to say.
Selfless or selfish?
Yeah, selfish. Yeah. No, and that's why, you know, suicide it's such like a selfish move, you know? So now it's like he was going through all this, and now it's like, like, you know, she's obviously at least alive. He's no longer here, but it's like, damn, like now you got her that is going to be just really probably going through it. So I'm definitely going to look into that a little bit more. I'm very curious on how she's going to handle this, or what she's going to come out and say. So
fuck, dude.
But,
listen, we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Next time, bro, we might fuck around and have some chips over here, bro. If you see a Band-Aid over here,
might get a chip.
Don't ask no questions. We are coming over. What's up with this, man? My fucking mic stand needs a chip, bro. We appreciate y'all. See you on the next one.
Thank you, y'all.
Peace.
Peace. All right. Let's see if your mic was